you're in a relationship. You're in a relationship with your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a romantic sexual relationship with your girlfriend. Your girlfriend uh, is deserving of all your sex energy. That sex energy is for her, not for anybody else, and not for you to squander. If you were single, that's a different conversation. But you're with her, and you exchange that, hopefully exclusively. You don't want
Mm-hmm.
her. You don't want to walk into her, you know, diddling herself to some picture of Johnny Depp, do you? What are you
Yeah.
doing? Johnny Depp, so hot. You wouldn't like that, would you?
Yeah. 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 I would.
You go, well, why don't you let me take care of that? So the energy is for each other. And and this is what, listen carefully. This is what loyalty means. I want you to, we're going to discuss that today. Loyalty. Loyalty is the ability to make a decision to have something, to agree to a relationship, whether it's personal or whether it's employment or whether it's a country. That means that out of all the things out there, this thing is what you're loyal to. This is what you're committed to. This is what you protect in yourself. That's called loyalty. Now, if you think about it, what's our temptation? What do we have to deal with every day? We have to deal with the temptation to be disloyal in our first of all, for a man. When, other women come around, temptation to find the pleasure over here. Now, if you don't understand the basics of loyalty, you'll figure, okay, well, you know, I get it from my girlfriend, I get it from somewhere else. What's the problem with that? Do you think your girlfriend would have a problem if you were getting sex from some other woman?
Of course. Yeah.
Why would she have that problem? Why would she object?
Because she, because we did a commitment that we would stay exclusively.
Okay. So you have an agreement to be with each other and
Mm-hmm.
to only express that energy with each other.
Mm-hmm.
When you see a beautiful girl walking down the street, do you ever get the thought of temptations of, boy, I'd like to do it with her?
Yeah. Of course.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps you from acting on that?
It's my agreement, my commitment.
Yeah. Or your loyalty. Or
Mm-hmm.
your
Yeah.
loyalty.
Exactly.
It's the same thing when you work for a company. If you work for a company, they expect you to be loyal to the company. And if they find out that you're giving another competitor, or you might be jumping to another competitor, or you might be giving data to another competitor, what's going to happen with you in
They'll
that?
fire me. Yeah.
That's not acceptable, right? That's not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with our country. We're citizens of our country. If our country finds out that we're given information or aid to countries that are our enemy, or even another country, what's the country going to do?
Start the war. Yeah. Or kill me.
They're going to arrest you. That's what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why? Because you're supposed to be loyal. So loyalty is implicit in everything that we do. And you understand the concepts when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to your employment, when it comes to being a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to bring it down to loyalty to ourselves. We want to bring that same loyalty to who and what we chose to be. So you've made a choice to want to improve yourself. You made a choice to get better. You made a choice to let go of behaviors and thoughts and emotions and directions in your life that don't serve you, and to do things that do serve you, to do your energy work, to exercise, to eat right, to be around high vibration energy, positive people, things, and situations. That's your loyalty to you. Now, just like there's temptation out there with other women or other companies or other countries, there's a temptation to be disloyal inside you, because part of your makeup is high vibration and part of it is low vibration. The part of you that's high vibration or positive wants to help you, wants you to be the best person you can be, wants you to be happy, joyful, abundant, live your best life. But you also have a part of yourself that's job is to block that, to get in the way, to interfere with that, to cause turbulence, to sabotage that. Why? Because we live in the world of duality. And in that duality, there's a polarity, which means we have both ends of a subject: the high vibration, the low vibration, the good, the bad, the up, the down, the right, the wrong, the in and out, the male, the female. We constantly have that. So being energetically aware is the ability to recognize what energies to be loyal to and what energies not to be loyal to. Recognize that there are energies that are loyal to us. See, high vibration energy is loyal to you. That means you can always trust, when you're in a high vibration energy, that it's for your best. So when you make a decision to be honest, or you make a decision to tell the truth, or you make a decision to keep your agreements, you can always know that's for your best. Whenever you put off immediate gratification for long-term happiness, you know that's in your best interest. You know you're going to go up when you do that. That's loyalty. The low vibration energy isn't loyal to you, it's disloyal. So it offers you behaviors, thoughts, and emotions that want to pull you, that will make you feel good in the moment, that'll try to get you to exchange short-term pleasure for long-term pain. Now, it's not going to tell you about the long-term pain. It's going to say,
Mm-hmm.
with the girlfriend, it's going to say with the girlfriend, oh, this girl at work, she'll do it with you. No one will find out, and you'll get some immediate pleasure there. Let's go for it. So that low vibration wants you to exchange loyalty for a moment of pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
When you're energetically aware, you recognize that that moment of pleasure comes with a pound of pain. It says to you, oh, if if you could take this money from the company and they'll never find out. You just doctor the books, and then you'll have extra cash, and no one will find out about it. You can go on a vacation, buy a new car. What do you say? Let's do it. Oh, the offer for disloyalty for short-term gain, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 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 uh, the the Soviet Union, comes to us and says, hey, if you tell us some of your secrets, if you share some confidential secrets, we'll give you a big old chunk of money. And no one will know. Don't worry, no one will know. So they're inviting you to be disloyal, to be a traitor, to betray your values, to betray your trust. For what? For a moment of pleasure. So I'm thinking about it, reading about a guy here in the service, the guy who worked for the FBI. The Russians got him to be a traitor, but they didn't call it that. They says, "Oh, why don't you help us out with some secrets? We'll give you some money. Nobody will know. We'll give you a whole bunch of money, and we'll give you some secrets. Just help us out a little bit. What's the problem? Come on. You need the money." So they found out where he was weak, and they went into it. So he thought, well, I'm just helping a few people out. It's no big deal, like that. And that's how the low vibration energy wants to sabotage loyalty in our relationships, in our work, in our country, and in ourselves too. By honing in on the immediate pleasure and not reminding you of the long-term pain. That's why it's so important for you to be energetically aware and use the tools that I teach to be able to recognize hidden energies. It's so important to be able to recognize hidden energies because your thought process can corrupt you. I'm going to repeat that. Your thought process can corrupt you. What does that mean? What do I think I mean when I say your thought process can corrupt you?
Is that if I try to rationalize things, um, the LV can infiltrate in our thoughts and automatically lead us to low vibration energy,
That's right.
right?
That's right. So whenever we make a mistake and become disloyal, we always have a good rationalization. We always have a good rationalization.
Mm.
Oh yeah, it's always rational. You could say, well, I needed a little relaxation. I didn't think it was going to hurt anything. It was just innocent little thing. You know, or I got to look out for number one. No one's taking care of me. I got to take care of myself. Or oh, man, I was in a lot of debt and I had to take the money, and I didn't think anybody would notice. Even the guys who did espionage. I saw this movie called The Falcon and the Snowman, and about this guy who sold secrets to the Russians, and he worked for America, and he was rationalizing, "Oh, look what we're doing, look at the United States foreign policy." So in his crazy mind, he thought he was doing something patriotic. That's the rationalization that the low vibration energy gives. Has you convince you you're doing something that's noble or that's right. And you don't find that out until the whip comes down. And it always comes down when
Mm.
you're disloyal. It never comes down in the beginning. You get your moment, you get your ounce of pleasure. So in terms of, in your situation, you get your upfront pleasure, and then sooner or later, the low vibration energy is you say, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Uh-oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then the payment comes, and it's always unpleasant and it's always suffering. So this is what it means to be energetically aware. about your decisions that you make, personally, professionally, relationship wise, everything that you do. You always, if you bring the loyalty piece into it, you say, am I being loyal to who I decided to be with every action? Even if it's eating a piece of apple pie.
Mm.
Late at night, you got a big piece of pie there or something like, okay, am I being loyal to is this who I want to be? Am I being loyal to myself? You see porn. Oh, am I being loyal to myself? You see another girl, am I being loyal? See, it's the invisible traits that build our character. All of these temptations are exercises in your energy awareness. So when you have a temptation to do this, to eat this, or to look at this, or to, steal this, or to grab this, all that stuff is there for you to grow spiritually, energetically, and emotionally, for you to get stronger. So I had a guy, I made a bet with the guy on a football game a couple of weeks ago, and I won. And it was I made a $300 bet with the guy on one of the games, and I won. So he he said okay, and he deposited the money in my PayPal account, but he deposited $400, not three. He deposited $400, another $100. And I went, okay, made a little money there. And then I said, stop. Your loyalty and your code is always treat people the way you want to be treated. If you overpaid somebody by $100, what would you want to do? Wouldn't you want them to call you and tell you, hey, you overpaid me
Mhm.
$100? Yeah, I would. And I said, now he may know he overpaid you $100, or he may not know he paid you over $100. But you know he overpaid you. And I said, oh, so here's a situation. What do I want more? The physicality or the energy? Great example. What do I want more? The physicality or the energy? Now, if I took that extra $100, I would get the physicality. But remember, physicality is only 10% of our energetic makeup. We're really 90% energy beings and 10% physical. So I would have an extra $100 bill in my hand, but the energies inside me would go in, you're dishonest. You're not straightforward. Maybe he knows he overpaid you, and he knows that you took that from him. How can you live with yourself? I recognize that if I kept that $100, I would get $1,000 worth of suffering, be tormented, let the voice in my head going, what's wrong with you? You're dishonest.
Yeah.
How can you live with you? What would I rather have? The energy or the physicality? Which one do you think I picked?
Energy.
I picked the energy. And I called the guy back, and I said, hey, you deposited too much money in my account. He goes, oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. I go, yeah. And I said to him, I thought for a second not to tell you. And then I recognized that I want honor more than I want money. And that's the lesson. All of these things in the physical world, Manuel, are opportunities for you to grow in your character, in your inner strength, to grow as a man, to grow your wisdom, and to become more energetically aware. That's what temptation is all about. That's what these forces, ultimately, these forces that want to take us out of low vibration energy. If you're committed to energy awareness training, they're actually helping you to be stronger. It's like the weights in the gym. If you use the weights and you lift those weights, it hurts. It's painful. It's an ouch.
Mm-hmm.
But the weights can but those weights are there for you to get stronger, for you to get healthier. That's what their purpose for. So when you can observe what's happening to you, instead of going, oh, look at that beautiful girl, oh, she's so hot, oh, look at that figure, oh man, instead of getting sucked into that energy vortex, I recognize it and I step back and I go, yeah, it's a beautiful woman there. Yeah, I leave it there. I leave it there because I know to go any farther is a lure from the low vibration energy, is a temptation for me to be disloyal, for me to steal from my girlfriend. That's what you're doing. You're stealing
Mm-hmm.
that energy that belongs to your girlfriend. Your sexual energy belongs to your girlfriend. So when you express that, you express it with her. If you express it outside with somebody else, that's creating another direction that robs her of her ability to create the harmony and the romance and the attraction. And you understand this now because you're energetically aware. Most guys are like, hey, I'll get anywhere I can. You know, if the girl's willing, I'll do it. You know, that's your animal nature. That's primal man. We all have to deal with primal man. It's a question of, is primal man going to rule us or are we going to rule it?